there have been indictments that have been issued for 2 Fulton County murder cases. Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis told Channel 2 that she is using these indictments to shine light on teen violence. And I'm gonna quote her. She says, "Too much violence is occurring in our country at the hands of our youth. The big picture is we are losing young people to violent crime." Yeah, the story is about a young man, Kobe Sr., who turned 17 only days before one of the homicides, is charged with 9 gang counts plus felony murder and more following a shooting spree that broke out at the Peachtree Battle Shopping Center after a man allegedly saw Senior and another man breaking into his Jeep, and a third teenager was shot and killed. Man, let me tell you something. The problem ain't teen violence. The problem is poverty. The problem is homelessness. The problem is schools that are inadequate, condescending teachers and adults. The problem is white supremacy. And what you are having, what we're experiencing, is people responding to this inhumane system that we're supposed to be carrying out people activity in. That's what you're seeing. But look, the easiest thing to do in the world is blame it on the black man. Everybody know that. So, anyway, hell. Finally, and this, I would like to know this, but because I've experienced this. Jerry Carnes is reporting out of Atlanta that automobile experts say that thieves are after a precious metal that has increased in demand. That is why they steal the catalytic converters off of cars. Somebody stole a catalytic converter off our van, church van. Off the damn church van. We should have the name of the church on the side of the van. Maybe people, when robbers, wouldn't have done that. But hell, it was parked in the church parking lot. Hell, what the hell they think the damn van was used for? At any rate, cities across America are seeing a record number of catalytic converter thefts as car owners look for ways to avoid becoming victims. Well, man, hell. Man, look, as long as people struggling, man, they gonna steal. When people don't steal when they ain't struggling, they go to work when it's jobs. You know what I'm saying? And when it's jobs that are not disrespectful and want you to work for damn near free. Hell, that's why I work 6 jobs. Hell. Everybody wants you to work for free. Hell. Anyway, what is it? What is something out there? It's so what the deal is inside of the catalytic. I didn't know this. Inside the catalytic converter, it's platinum. I didn't know that. Hell, you might have to watch me now. I might steal my own damn catalytic converter. I kind of like when the car go room anyway. Oh, man, let me get out of here and get my guest up, man. You know what the deal is now. I had no idea it was platinum. Now I know. Hell. Come back, man. Special guest in the studio. And we're going to get it in and get it on. Break it down. Yeah, make it happen. Today, chicken day, too. Got to go out here and check on this lemon pepper, see if it's hitting today. I'm talking about. Sandtown Pub is the place I like to eat. It's the place I like to drink. It's the place I like to meet. Much love to Frederica Jones and the peoples at the Sandtown Pub, man. Amber and the other Amber and Chef and everybody, man. I'm gonna go check out that chicken, man, see what it's hitting for, see what it's hitting like. And I see y'all, along with my guest on the other side of the break, that your people and your people's people know the blackest show on the internet is on. As a matter of fact, this is the dopest show that you've never heard of. You know what I'm talking about? So let some people know. Tell them to go to trappastor.com and get at us. Also, look here, if you're in the A, we located at 1113 Ira Street, Southwest in the Pittsburgh community. I need you to stop through and bring me a damn bicycle. No, actually, I need new bicycles for children so we can share them. Right now, I don't have any. Okay? I don't have not a damn bike. But I'm going to have some within the next week or so, and I want you to be a part of those who contribute. Gotta have them, because the kids need them. Help me out. I'm Trappy Claus. Help old Trappy Claus out as we see about the children. All right? Also, make sure you let people know to go jam this show. Bump it on Facebook Live. Bump it on Twitch. Bump it on IGTV. Bump it on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you get those notifications so you know when we're coming on. And make sure you like us. And of course, subscribe. I'll be back in a minute with more of the show. Stay tuned. You big old Christmas tree head. I'm your brother. It's the situation.
We're open.
Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace, family. It's your girl, Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Scents, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_scents on IG, or sungoddess.scents on IG, or Sun Goddess Scents like page on Facebook. Peace.
I believe in this product. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Welcome back. Hey, man. Sandtown Club gonna be playing, man. My compliments to the chef. Lemon Pepper's hitting today. They was a little funny Monday. But they right today, though. Hey, man. Welcome back to the show, man. I have a little lunch. It is, well, right up on 12 o'clock. Well, hell, anytime is the right time for a damn piece of chicken. I ain't gonna lie. Every time, every day, anytime. It don't make no difference. You can wake me up. I ain't gonna lie, man. You can wake me up like 1:30 in the morning, and I be, rubbing my eyes and mad, and then you put a piece of chicken in front of me. I be like, okay. We all right. But boy, if you hadn't had that chicken, we was gonna have a damn problem. Anyway, I'm crazy, man. My guest in the studio with me, I don't know what he do here in Atlanta. I don't know what the hell he do. And we're going to talk about it, though. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, please join me in welcoming my dear friend, Brother Darryel Richardson.
Peace. What's going on, guys? Peace and salute. What up?
Bless you, man.
Bless
Dr. Richardson. Good to see you today, sir.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Doing great, man.
Good.
I'll be remiss if I don't even start by giving you your flowers, man. Like, I'm a huge fan. Been following since you was doing 1380, doing the radio. A lot of respect for what you do, not only as a orator, speaker, educator, but also as a community activist. So it's a huge honor to be able to be here today.
Thank you, dear brother. I appreciate that. I received that.
Absolutely.
I'm learning how to accept compliments. Just accept it and keep on going. Right.
Humility.
I don't know. Sometimes I be thinking like it's false humility, and I don't want to do that neither. Because either one of them is inauthentic. But thanks for saying that, man. We try to make a difference. Try to be helpful.
Absolutely. A great job for sure.
Yeah. So obviously, you are helpful to persons in the community as well, because you're in receipt of a humanitarian award. Talk to us about that, brother.
Absolutely. I started a nonprofit organization back in 2006 with my co-founder, Rich Robinson. And we've been serving an average about 15 to 20,000 people a year since 2006.
Okay.
Those events and those outings pertain things like Feed the Hungry, back to school event every year, a day for senior citizens where we go out and we pick 3 or 4 senior citizens and we'll do domestic work for them, whether it be washing the cars, cleaning the yard, mowing the lawn, cleaning the gutters, and I'll take a lot of young people with me out there as well. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's all about just being able to give back, have the most positive impact in our community. So that was acknowledged, and that was noticed by a few people in the past years. And again, man, being humble and thankful that somebody can recognize positivity and doing things from a genuine and an authentic heart, in opposed to the negativity of always being glorified and highlighted. And I can go in various directions with that as relates to hip hop and music and things of that nature. But yeah, man, it's a great thing being acknowledged by that for sure.
That's beautiful, man. It oftentimes that kind of work goes unnoticed, and it's always a good thing when people recognize you for doing that kind of work. I say often that the work is being done.
Absolutely.
Because you always hear black people talking about what we need to do, and what we need to do is this, and we doing a whole lot. Black folks working from lots of different spaces, lots of different angles, attempting to solve these problems that are plaguing our community. It ain't like we just sitting back, laying back and say, ain't nobody, folks be like, you waiting on Jesus to come save. Ain't nobody waiting on Jesus to come save us. We out here working. We out here in the streets. We out here seeing about each other. We out here speaking up for ourselves and speaking up for our people, doing grassroots work, organizing. Hell, we doing it.
Absolutely.
It's just we're fighting against the narrative that says that we're not.
It. Absolutely. The narrative there, and also a systemic agenda, right? Like there's a systemic agenda to make sure that psychologically we continue to be oppressed. Right? And we continue to look at each other as enemies and as adversaries. So obviously the mainstream narrative is going to be exactly what you hear and what you see, in opposed to us actually doing the things and being acknowledged for it. So I couldn't agree more, for sure.
Yeah, man. I was looking at the news and I saw about the murder of another young brother.
Absolutely.
Slim 400. Are you familiar with Slim 400?
The late,
he was killed on yesterday. I didn't report it this morning. Slim 400. He was from LA. And let's see, the story says, and this is in the New York Post, he was a rising star in West Coast hip hop. He had already, a couple of years ago, he was in Compton, which is where he's from, and somebody shot him 9 times. He didn't die.
Oh, no.
He recovered and came back, but now they got him. And I say they. When I say they, what I really mean is we.
Absolutely.
We got him.
We did.
And the thing that we got to try to figure out is how we can save him, how we can, move toward a different way of seeing ourselves and seeing each other, moving from under what Edward P. Wimberly, the great pastoral care theologian, called being recruited into negative narratives, negative characterizations of the self. It's, and I'm telling people, I'm working with this program, man, about anti-violence program, a program to try to help students, young black men, stay away from violence. And I'm telling the people as we build the program, if you ain't got no Afrocentric self-identity piece in it, everything else that I don't give a damn how many police you get to come through, shake their hands and say we friends and all that shit. You can do all of that you want to do until people get a different understanding of who they are, who their sisters and brothers are, the fact that we ought to be accountable to each other in the community as opposed to being adversarial to each other. It's crazy. Like people will come to this show and come out to come to share in our food sharing ministry, right? And you'll see people actually become surprised when they hear those of us who work in this ministry address people with respect and with dignity. Folks are surprised, like,
that happens.
And that shouldn't be.
Absolutely.
It ought to be normal for us to be loving and kind to each other, man. And we got to do but it's work. Because straight up, white folks, the system, they working every day to make us continue to hate each other.
Absolutely.
They continue to shoot this other narrative toward us and attempt to recruit us into being killers of black souls, Absolutely. And that's the most precious thing on the face of the planet is a black soul, man. And we got to start acting like we know that, I think.
Yeah, I think what you're speaking to is an identity crisis. And it's so unfortunate, right? The identity crisis that we've been suffering with for generations. And it's like systemic oppression, disenfranchisement, racism has been instituted so well to the point of where almost they don't have to even do anything now. They just watching their work. They're watching the remnants of their work take action now, which is extremely problematic. And this is where I put more emphasis on us, right? The ones who are community leaders, the ones who are advocating for change. Like, because I think where we are is twofold. I think that obviously we can never dismiss what has gone on and what takes place racially, right? However, there's a group of us who know better and who are doing things, but I feel like we're not doing enough, right? So now you're talking this identity crisis, especially with our young kings and our young queens, which I'm a certified mentor and a life coach as well. So I'm dealing with kids every single day. Over 200 kids that I deal with. They're in my basketball training program. They're in my mentoring program. And I see the remnants every day. And it's very unfortunate because a lot of my clients are being raised by single moms. So how can I expect young kings, right, in the family unit to be sufficient and strong and unified when the head of the household every single day, and I don't mean head based on strength and power, but I mean the face, the individuals that our kids
the provider.
That absolutely, everything.
Yeah.
So how can, we have that strong unit as we should when we're deficient in that particular regard? So it really becomes a thing where we have to do more. We have to reprogram, deprogram, and make sure our young people understand you're not what you've been told. And this is my issue with a gamut of things. When you're talking mainstream media, mainstream radio, and things like that, they're pushing that narrative.
That's why I beg to differ with you, but you say they don't have to do nothing no more. No, they still doing it. They doing it every day, and they doing it in media. That's how they do it. They program through media.
So let me say this though: who are the employees? Right, so if we're looking at the mainstream employees, it's almost like sports. Who are the people that are the head coaches and so on and so forth? Right, the general managers. If we're in
white
position,
folks.
if we're
White folks.
well, in positions, right? What I'm saying is, I'm talking head coaches and
Head coaches are white folks. They don't let black people be white be head coaches in professional athletics.
So
you're talking about 1%.
A 1% of black.
Because again, let me show you this, Doc. Because what they doing by not allowing black people to be coaches, general managers, and what they're doing is they are expressing and putting forward white supremacy as normative. They're saying you can be a player, but you can't be the coach. You can be a body, but you can't be a mind.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm saying. We don't disagree there. What I'm saying is, if we're employees of this particular system, don't we have power to decide to say whether I'm going to be an employee of this particular power structure? Yes, we do.
Well, if you're an employee and you see yourself as an employee, but when you see yourself as a slave, but you call yourself a player, but what you really are as a slave, what's the brother? Bill Rhoden wrote a book a few years ago entitled $40 Million Slaves.
Absolutely.
Right? Where he actually broke down how it is that these young women and men and women are groomed in a certain way to see themselves in a certain way. Because what white folks do to us is they make some of us feel as though we elevated and closer to them, and we above the rest of the Negroes. And what they get Negroes to want to do is just be a part of the upper echelon, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Title, we get the names, and we feel like we're part of their particular system, when still you're looked at as what you are to them, right? Like enslaved and things like that.
Yeah, you a nigga.
But I can't take the onus off of us in particular positions, right? Like we still have a responsibility to do more, and that's my ultimate point, that we can do more. Again, like if you look at the young Dolph, you look at the guy that you're talking about, look at the things that we're spewing out there, right? Look at the things that we value. Our value system has been distorted, and now we're thinking that our self-worth is about a chain. Our self-worth is about what we wear. We think that's our self-worth, and it's trickling down to our young people, even younger than some of the other young mid-20 rappers.
You know what's so crazy to me? And, we was talking off air about hip-hop.
Yes,
about
sir.
the conversation that I had with Shelly Ahmed said yesterday, and just talking about old school hip-hop and the new school hip-hop. But, and if there's a way in which we even get seduced, I'm guilty myself. That's why I be fighting, going back and forth, and it looked like I changed positions. I'm not changing positions. I'm having an internal, I'm having internal warfare about this shit, man. Because I'm like, all right, if you sing songs or make music about killing people and being rich and being disrespectful to people and killing people, you could expect to get disrespected and get robbed and get killed. And then when I think about that shit some more, wait a minute. Do John Tarantino have to worry about getting killed on the street? Every movie he make, the people get killed so violently that it don't even make no sense. How come he don't have to worry about getting killed on the street? How come he's not accused of negatively contributing to society? What our children are creating, as you know as well as one who has a child who creates art, they creating art. See, it's a distortion, bruh. Our art, we don't even get to be artists. Our art has got to be real. White folks' art is art. Johnny Cash can say, I shot a man just to watch him die and get a Grammy. A black man say, I shot a man just to watch him die. He's a psychopath. Absolutely. See, that shit is not cool. That's what I be fighting about. That's what I want us to pay attention to, because we can get seduced into being against our own selves when they ain't holding themselves to the same standard that they hold us to.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm
that.
saying, bro.
So does it become a reflection of what we talk about, right? So if we're glorifying carrying guns and being in the hood, and I shot this guy and I smashed this chick and I smashed, do we see that in our everyday life? Yes, we see that in our everyday life. So the difference is our kids are not having anybody to say, look, this is entertainment. This is artistry, as you're talking about.
That's our job.
That's what I mean by when I was talking about our responsibility. There we go. Yeah, I was talking about our
connected now. We done made the full circle and then hooked back up. That's a beautiful thing, man.
No doubt.
But see, that's what I'm saying. When you have men who have matriculated to a certain level, then there's a way in which we think our thoughts all the way through.
Absolutely.
Yes. And sometimes we have to come all the way full circle. So, man, tell us about. Do you have any like events coming up that people might be able to be helpful to you in your service to our community?
Absolutely, man. To the entire situation, the beloved community. I remember when it was the movement.
Man, you're the realest.
I was wondering why you got rid of the movement, man. But you know,
well, the movement is. See, this is the thing. The movement is always
going.
It's always going because the movement don't belong to me. You know what I'm saying? But the situation do. That's why we got a situation. But the movement belongs to everybody.
No doubt.
You know?
So to the situation community, I'm constantly doing things. I have an event that I'm doing this week. I live out in Gwinnett. I'm in Beaufort, way out there.
But it's black people out there, and we need black people representing for black people in Gwinnett. Hell, y'all close to getting be the damn majority. Between y'all and the Hispanic sisters and brothers. I've been telling, and if y'all unify, y'all become monsters. Y'all become the big monster in the North
because the economic resources are there as well. So we can really do some things.
And mess around and get the Asians. If y'all can convince them that they ain't white,
that's the big issue. That's one of the things that we deal with everybody who, like, come on, man, we are the origins of melanated beings, right? But so I have a mentors event coming up on Saturday where I'll be addressing the impact of social media and media, right? To some kids at a middle school out in Gwinnett County. Okay. I have in January, I do a Dr. King's Day of Service every year. Okay. So we'll go out and again clean yards and do things in commemoration of Dr. King in January. December, as I was listening in when you were speaking, I'm donating some bikes to the cause.
I need some.
Sure.
Don't talk about it now, baby. You better show up because if you don't bring me no bike, I'm going to be on here talking about you.
I'm going to do it now. So donate some bikes, and I'm going to get my network, because I have a pretty good network of people who want to support what goes on. So I'm going to do that. And I'm just every day, man, just doing things. Again, I'm in the gym every day, training not only basketball, but also life skills and mentoring, and connecting at least twice every other month with the community as far as giving back, doing various events. Typically in December, we would do a holiday giveaway. We haven't done it in a couple years now.
Yeah, because of the COVID.
Yeah, because of COVID and so on and so forth. So we'll get back to that hopefully next year. But every couple of months, I'm doing something. The name of my organization is Here to Help. So it's H2H. And we do everything. We do events, and with that that name literally means what we're here for. We are here.
Man, we got to do some collaboration, man. Because we got to do something together.
Yeah, I want to collab on this bike thing. Although I think that'll be a great thing.
But even that, when the next year comes in, we need to try to just figure out something we can do.
Oh,
together.
Absolutely,
okay?
Absolutely.
Because it's all about collaboration. That's how we get stuff done.
Unity, man. Unity.
It's about
no
unity.
doubt about it, man.
No doubt.
Definitely appreciate everything. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love and the opportunity.
Hey, man, it's my pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, put your hands together for Dr. Darryel Richardson.
Peace and blessings, man. What up? Thank y'all so much. Appreciate you, Dr. Sloan.
Yeah, man. Look here. I appreciate you, bro. When we come back, man, and thank you for all the kind things you said. When we come back, we're going to keep on, man, keeping on with this situation. I got my president in the room for, I don't know if I should call him Kang Maker, but he damn sure a hell of a president. And it's a beautiful thing to have him here. Thank Dr. Richardson for coming through, and thank you for tuning in. I see all of y'all on the other side of the break. So stay tuned to the situation.
Whatever you do, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with more.
We're open. Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace, family. It's your girl, Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Sense, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_sense on IG, or sungoddess.sense on IG, or Sun Goddess Sense like page on Facebook. Peace.
CMOS.
And loving you is dangerous for my soul, baby. Yeah. Said loving you is like damage to my soul. 'Cause if you ever leave, it would break me down. You might break me down. And baby, girl, your love's like waves of Red Bull. I take a sip of you, and I fly like the moon in the sky adorns the sun. I'm on you, baby. The danger zone is ever close, baby. Yeah. 'Cause loving you is danger for my soul. I said loving you is danger for my soul. It's to my soul, baby girl. And I'm so gone, lost on you. Love drunk, I'm lost on you. What you do, and what you do, baby, and you got my heart fluttering full of butterflies, fluttering around you like a wings, Red Bull, and take a sip of you, and I can fly like I'm sitting next to the moon, baby. Whenever I'm with you, I feel alive, baby. And let's come alive, live to die together.
Hi, Susan. Honey.
You should let them go. I see if you love someone, then you. Baby, if you love someone, then you probably should let them know. 'Cause if you never take your shot, then baby, you never know. And we will never know what we can grow into. Baby, I would love the chance to get to know you. And maybe one day, maybe one day, maybe one day, maybe one day, thinking about you all the time. Will we ever cross paths again? They say if you love someone, then you probably should let it go. And if it comes back, then you know that the love's for sure. I say if you love someone, then you probably should let them know. 'Cause if you never take your shot, then baby, all the chance we could have been, and baby, what we could have had, if only I could swing back. I'm just gonna roll my gas, baby. Enough dwelling on the bed. 'Cause they say if you love somebody, you should let them go. And if that love returns, then you know it's sure. Yeah. If that love returns, then you know it's sure. You know it's sure. I say if you love someone, then you probably should let them know. 'Cause if you never take your shot, then baby, you never know. Trying to get this money take time, boy. I've been plotting it out like every day. Working hard on my 9 to 5. They say don't nothing come to a dream but a dream. But I be daydreaming all day while I'm getting money, chasing my pay. Daydreaming more ways to get this pay. Bread, we in this for wealth, to better my health. I'm in this to sickness or health. I'm married to the game. Equivalent wealth, gotta get it, man. I'm trying to see 100,000 year flip over every single year and double that shit. Man, I'm trying to bring it back and make sure all these mouths stay fed. Trying to build it up, I've been doing this for, I'm 10 years in the game. Still I'm rapping and developing my corporation. Keep your head up, boy. Gotta do it. Stay focused, boy. Yeah, I do it. Stay focused on them goals, I do it. Tryna pull up in some new one, I do it. Tryna stack up these bands, I do it. Yeah, I do it. I do it. I make the plans, then I do it. Yeah, I'm the man, boy. When you come around here, don't talk, no noise, don't do no drama. I'm mean, boy. I'm jealous. Stay up on my grind, man. Let's grind it. 9 to 5, 24/8. Keep it light, keep in mind. My flow is like way too divine for you to decipher. Wordplay is like, oh my God, did he just say what I thought he said? Yeah, fuck the world, nigga. Stacking up my bread, middle fingers up to my haters. Shit can go so awful sick, so quick, so I stay prepared for everything. Yeah, I'm like, whoa, stay focused on your goals. I don't mess with them flaw boys, nah, I don't mess with no snitches, nah, I don't mess with them bitches, not me. I stay up on my grind, my team, we are bad code, we all kings here and they know it. Stay focused on my goal, I do it. Hustle me, hard work, and I do it. Stay focused on my goals, yeah, I do it. Tryna pull up in something new, watch me do it, watch me do it. I'ma do it, I'ma get this bread up, homie, watch us do it, I'ma do it. Bad code, we run the city, we get to it, we taking over, they know it. We making major moves, man, they watching us and they know it. Someone had to do something. Completely different shit on me, I mean. Get the vape one more time. Have to EQ the fuck out of this. Man, cool. Shout out to them.
literature, maybe. Right. Yeah. What up? We back, we black. Beneath me the sounds of Josie Fuller. You want to holler at him, man, and check him out to, was it the 12th? December the 12th? At the Apache. Oh, yeah, you know the world famous Apache in the A. Go see Josie Fuller. Why you stop playing his music while I started saying? I don't understand y'all Negroes, man. I think y'all really, he just ends the song like that. That's how Josie Fuller do. He just ends songs and start them crazy. But somebody was saying the other day that the best intro, talk over monologue is, Silent Night by the Temptations when dudes start talking. It would start off. But man, I don't know, man. That Josie Fuller. What's the name of that song, Scott? Where Josie Fuller come in and he said, he be talking to the woman and she said, come in and make yourself comfortable. And he said, I was already comfortable. That's my favorite line, man. I was already comfortable, shawty. You need to get comfortable. Anyway, check out Josie Fuller, man. Dear brother, friend of the situation at the Apache on December 12th. And go online and get the info so you know how to get at him. All right, in the studio. Now, what Charlie gave him this name? I didn't give him this name. Eldridge Washington, the internationally known internet pimp and community activist, gave our next guest this moniker. And the moniker was The Big Deal. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, please join me in welcoming friend of the situation, none other than the president of the Atlanta chapter of the NAACP, none other than our dear brother, Richard Rose. Richard Rose, the big deal. You remember that? Yeah. We was over at the AOK. I was like, dude, this is the president of the NAACP. Oh, you're a big deal. I was like, yeah, and you're ignorant.
Yeah, I saw him not too long ago.
Did you? He be moving around in this city, man. This is our city, man. Yeah. This is our city. And look like we gonna see it might really be our city again. Folks may not know, I was actually just down the street when I went down to the other building to open it up for the folks to come in. I was speaking with our artist, Charmaine Minifield, who is a muralist. You know that mural down on the corner of Lowry and King, right next to where the McDonald's used to be, that whole big old giant? Right. She just did ours. The one with the same person that did that one is doing ours. Right now, she's finishing. She's putting the finishing touches on it. And we're unveiling tomorrow. But I was telling her that I was getting ready to run back up here so I can interview you. And she was like, who is Richard Rose? The president of the NAACP? Okay, yeah, I heard of him. I was like, he's also known as the most powerful man in the world. who single-handedly, almost, and I'm using hyperbole because I do that, but this brother who wrote a missive, a letter that placed not only this city and this country but the world on notice as to who was attempting to be reelected as a mayor of the city of Atlanta. Something simple like 7 points laying out these are discrepancies or concerns that the voters should be aware of. It caused a national firestorm, but at the end of the day, you're vindicated. Right. You're vindicated.
Well, I stand with the people. I stand with the people. I had a
turn the mic up, Craig.
I continue to stand with the people. I thought it was time because we get caught up into, this is just politics. No, it's not just politics. it's a life for some.
Yeah, people's lives.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is just not politics.
Yeah.
And I'm
Close the door, Vince.
so I don't look at it. You know, I've got a lot of people come to me and say, "Oh man, that was courageous." I really kind of didn't look at it like that. I just looked at it as necessary.
Yeah, it was some matter of fact type stuff. And you know, the brother I'm just telling to close the door, go out. Let me show you how real this is. This brother is without shelter, okay? Without a home. Guess who shut down Peachtree and Pine?
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Guess who
guess.
shut down the homeless shelter in Atlanta?
Right.
The person to whom your letter was addressed, to whom your letter addressed, and that needed to happen. And more than likely, that brother would be our mayor right now if that letter wasn't written. You know, so when I say the most powerful man in the world, yeah, that's hyperbole. But when you look at Atlanta being the leading city in the world, this is the leading city. You know what I found out the other day? Did you know this? Atlanta is in the top 10 most surveilled cities in the world. It is the #1 most surveilled city in the country.
Didn't know that. Even beyond Washington, D.C.?
Did you hear what I said? Beyond Washington, D.C., sir. Wow. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
Yeah. So what it means is and see, people don't like when I say shit like this, and I know it make you feel a little funny too. But it means that our politicians are sold out because they done bought that shit. Those cameras don't get up on them poles by happenstance. This is the most surveilled city, which means that the city, the people who are in charge of what is it called? Procurement for the city have purchased those cameras. That's why we got more. It ain't, you know, when people be asking the reason, why do we have more? We have more because the city purchased more. How did the city purchase more? Well, the council persons and the mayors and the persons who call the shots at City Hall, they purchased them. Right? So that's why we the most surveilled city in the country. And it's black politicians going along with the surveilling of black people in order to make white people who are gentrifying our communities feel safe.
Feel better about it.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we know the reason, hell, I ain't the smartest dude. Sometimes I be thinking, damn, I might be kind of smart shit. Because I'm trying to figure out why ain't nobody else, you know, why do we act like, well, we don't know how we became the most surveilled city in the country. Yes, we do.
Well, and to speak to that, you know, not only did we elect a better, I think the best candidate for the mayor.
Yeah.
We also turned over several council seats that needed to have been turned over.
Yeah.
You know, we got the District 5 lady decided that she was running for president of city council and lost, but you know, we got
You talking about Cleveland?
No, I'm talking about Natalie and Archibald.
Okay, Archibald.
Cleveland Winslow in 4 was defeated handily.
Yeah.
George Shepard in 12 was defeated.
Knocked out the box. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I understand she just now, in the last couple of days, just conceded.
I spoke to the person who beat her on Monday, and at that point, she had not conceded. So I don't know if she has by now.
Well,
it's just Thursday.
Seriously?
I was in D.C.
He was on this show.
Yeah.
Antonio was on this show.
Great young man.
Man, he a friend of the situation, a friend of the beloved, and now he our council person, which is a beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing. I look for. He was a intern with Mayor Shirley Franklin.
Yeah,
and she introduced me to him.
Yeah.
I look forward to working with him.
Yeah.
Jason Winston, who's in District 1, he's in the seat that Carla Smith once held.
Mm-hmm.
Liliana Bakari, who's in the seat Natalie Archibald held, and also Jason Dozier, who defeated Cleveland Winslow. Byron Amos, who was in the first. It was Antonio Brown decided to run for mayor, and so Byron Amos is now in that seat. It was once for a long time held by Ivory Young.
Right. Ivory Young was...
And all of that's an improvement from Ivory Young.
Yeah.
Any of that.
Yeah. Ivory Young was an interesting person. That nigga used to call me and like give me his side. You know what I mean? Because his side, you're like, y'all ain't understand what I'm trying to do. But he was nice, and he was nice to me. So
he was a nice guy, but I have to tell you, he was.
But he was up. I talked shit to him about that damn park.
Yeah,
I talked to him.
I called him. There are several. He was a white supremacist. He believed white folks were supposed to be in. You know, he came with a line to me. So he sponsored the legislation to name the park
after a cracker.
After not only a cracker, a Confederate major.
Yeah.
He had been this guy Mims had been the mayor of Atlanta like 1900, 1901. And when he ran for office, he was still calling himself Major Mims.
Yeah.
Civil War ended in 1865.
Right.
This is 1900, 1899, 35 years later, he's still talking about, I'm Major Mims.
Right.
Elect me the mayor.
Yeah.
And so, and then the story that Ivory told me was just so outrageous. He said, well, this guy was he was a Confederate major.
He gave me that spin too.
Yeah, you know, he opened the first integrated playground in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I mean,
he gave me the whole story.
And so, you know, I'm not.
I used to go over his house, man, sit on the front porch and talk to him because he'd be because I'd be talking shit on the radio, and he'd be like, man, come on, give me a break.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to tell my truth. I'm going to tell my truth based on now you can tell me what you want to. Man, I used to he called me, talk to his dad in Alabama and all that kind of stuff. It's interesting, you know, when you get to know people, but you still don't never know.
You know, he's little.
Ain't gonna come to the meeting like they got Helen.
He said,
coming to the meeting for him to try to introduce some other kind of legislation to change the charter or some kind of shit like that. I was reading it this morning. I was like, this is some of the wildest bullshit that I haven't seen in a while. It's like January the 6th in damn city of South Fulton or something.
Well, you know, it's unfortunate.
Okay, now you being diplomatic, you done damn changed. 1 minute.
I know Khalid, I know some of the others. I thought it was going to be interesting.
Were you surprised at the outcome?
I was not.
You was not.
I was not surprised.
And I ain't ashamed to say, I voted for Khalid, my whole family did. Because we, you know, even though I knew Bill and I know Bill and I voted for Khalid. And I voted for Bill, you know, when we started.
Yeah.
But I voted for Khalid because I wanted something different. I wanted something fresh, and I wanted to see what someone else could do because I know what Bill could do. I've been watching Bill for 20 years, so I knew what Bill could do, and I knew what Bill was gonna do.
Yeah, Bill has a history.
Yeah, and Bill did what I knew he was gonna do.
Yeah, he has a history. You know, he was his county commissioner for quite some time.
Exactly.
And so he had his negative. We took a lot of.
It was dirty on how they did him. How the Fulton County did him by pitting him against Emma Darnell.
Yeah.
That was dirty, and I don't know how we sit up and let people do that, but they did it, and that was what that was.
Well, let me tell you what happened on that. And that was a time when the last gerrymandering, they pulled all of these Republican legislators from around. So if they have a precinct in Fulton County, then they get to vote on Fulton County home rule issues. And at a time, the Fulton County delegation was majority white and majority Republican. And so that's how they were able to do that. Now, times have changed.
Well, but I mean, they did it just to, and we're yet to see the gerrymandering work, the redistricting
for the county.
We yet to see that, right?
Right.
But it's coming.
Well, it's coming. You know, it's going to be interesting because City of South Fulton has a lot of black people in it now.
Hell yeah!
so
96%,
and then the whole South County, all of those developments out east, Memorial Drive, 4th Ward, even 14th Street over there, Howell Mill. Those are people living on Marietta, West Marietta, and so it's going to be interesting that how this redistricting is going to happen for not only the county commission, but also the city.
Yeah.
You know, like District 12. Theoretically, every district of the 12 districts should have about 42,000 people in based on Atlanta's population. District 12 only got 25,000 people. So geographically, it has to expand.
Which is going to be real interesting. Because I got a feeling, you know, we love Antonio. I got a feeling that the people down there might not be as enthusiastic about this young brother as we are.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, because so what borders him is District 1, District 5, and District 11. 11 on the east, on the west side, 1 on the north side, and then on the kind of northeast side, District 5. So we'll see. District 5 is grown. District 1 is grown. District 4.
Oh, without doubt.
Yeah, District 4 is grown. So it's going to be a little different.
You know, I say that because, you know, of course, you know, earlier this week out in Texas, Department of Justice, was Merrick Garland suing the Republican legislature in the state of Texas.
But it's coming here too.
So and that's what I said. And I made that prediction. Now you're following up on my prediction, but that's okay.
Yeah, just as soon as Kemp signs the bill, so he's delaying the bill, probably to delay this, you know, so that don't give us much time to so affect these elections. And you know, so we just waiting. There's a coalition of civil rights groups that's got our own lawsuit. We got our own map person to do our maps.
Okay.
And so it's much different, obviously.
Urban cartographer.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to, and of course our map is different from the Democrats' map.
Okay.
Yeah. So our map, 7 out of the 14 congressional districts are majority minority.
Okay.
Yeah,
I get what you call it. I get stuck now. Because when I've undergone a psychological conversion, and so when I hear majority, minority, when I hear minority, I automatically exchange minority for majority because I don't see black people as minorities.
Right.
You know, so that's why I had a synapse.
Majority of people of color.
Yeah, I had a little brain synapse because I've been.
I'll do better.
I've been doing the work on myself though, because I was guilty of saying that, and then I did the math, and I was like, "What the?" You know, I just found out the other day, man. This article that was out, and I think I posted it. That, you know, Africa is really like 3 times bigger than how it looks on the map. You know, the cartographers grossly underrepresent the size of the continent. So, because it's psychological, when people look at it, people don't understand that Africa is the size of the U.S., China, and Europe combined, right? And so it doesn't look like what's happening is actually happening.
Huge continent.
A huge continent. But let me come back here, because we talked about the Democrats, and we can't talk about the Democrats without talking about the fact that Stacey Abrams has announced for governor. She was 1.4% away from winning last go round.
55,000 votes.
So this go round, your thoughts on how she should fare in the election?
Well, I think that clearly our get out the vote efforts, you know, after we didn't turn out I was disappointed in turnout in 2018. So we started working. NACP, Atlanta NACP House. I mean, there's a possibility in the House. We have to work hard at it. But I don't have any doubt in my mind whatsoever that a federal judge is going to decide ultimately what our district
looks like in the end. Yeah.
And we expected to invite them in. Merrick Garland is going to, we know they are preparing a suit. We're just waiting on Kemp to sign it.
Right. And speaking of Kemp, and Stacey Abrams, because I don't even know. You think you think anybody gonna try to primary Stacey Abrams? I mean, somebody gonna have to.
Somebody's gonna do that. Somebody's looking for notoriety.
Yeah, and they'll run because no one has a chance. We know that now, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
But it's going to be interesting to watch the bloodbath on the other side with the Republicans, though, with
fun.
Dave Perdue and
Governor Shotgun and
kill. We can't forget your frat brother, politician that was, seemed to be sane.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to him.
Well, God,
I
nigga lost his damn mind.
Yeah, he run for sheriff, he runs for this, and really since his mother died, he really been off the reservation. And I don't know, I don't know him that well personally, but I've been teased about. I got 3 frat brothers who I've had an opportunity to oppose. Vernon Jones, Emmanuel Jones, and now Kasim Reed. So
I didn't know Kasim was as a noob, but he is a narcissist, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I
just slid that back. Y'all the president said, "Wait a minute."
He's a alumni made brother.
Okay, it makes sense. That makes well. Yeah. Anyway, 'cause, man, I can't say nothing. I got some of the grimiest ass frat brothers in the world.
Yeah.
Starting with Michael Jordan, he's a no good Negro. Damn, Steve Harvey.
But
Steve
Shaquille
Harvey
is a good guy.
Steve Harvey is terrible, huh?
Shaquille O'Neal's a good.
Shaquille O'Neal, he all right. He a pretty decent, all right. But he'll make that Negro will show his booty for a white person. That Negro don't mind doing anything to get $1. So I don't really respect that. Jim Clyburn.
Okay.
Congressman from South Carolina. I had to quit claiming him because and which will get us into another conversation about the damn president, man, and his seeming just dismissal of black issues and the seemingly unstable vice presidential space. Kamala Harris's main advisors falling away, not even a good year into the administration. I mean, and the John Lewis bill off the table, the damn George Floyd police reform bill off the table, John Lewis Voting Rights Act off the table, ain't even being considered. They didn't even bring to bear any of the weight of the offices, president and vice president, to make something happen on that. And that's the stuff that they promised, and that's the only thing that black people was looking forward to happening, and they jerked us on both of them.
So I was in D.C. yesterday, and we had a march from the NCNW, National Council of Negro Women's Building, to the Capitol, and then ended up at the Supreme Court about these same issues, Build Back Better Act, this John Lewis Act. What we know about that is unless we can get a filibuster exception for civil rights legislation, we will not be able to get the John Lewis bill passed, because clearly the Republicans, no Republicans will vote for it. And they're having a problem with Manchin right now. So it's about numbers. I'm a number.
Manchin and another white woman out there in Arizona.
Sinema. But I think Sinema will vote for the legislation. Joe Manchin had indicated that he will vote for it.
Right. Because he's a cold-hearted ass racist that just can talk to cameras with a straight face. He a Klan, He a
Klan guy. So that's the price. He's not, and see, I don't blame.
And he messed around and was able to get elected as a Democrat when he really a damn Republican.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
all of them is the damn Klan.
Racism is bipartisan.
Right. Right.
I just call people like whoever they are.
Yeah.
So
and that's what they are.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what you doing for the holidays, man? You coming up? You taking any time off, or you steady grinding?
I'm on steady grinding. Let me tell you what. One of the things we're getting ready to do. I was so outraged that the state of Alabama is threatening Montgomery, city of Montgomery, who changed the street, changed Jefferson Davis Avenue to Fred Gray Avenue.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, and so
you know,
now
Fred Gray was my Fred Gray was my damn lawyer.
yeah. In fact,
matter of fact, Fred Gray got me out of jail one time.
He's a national treasure.
Yeah.
You know, he was in his 20s when he was fighting the battle with King.
He was King's lawyer. Yeah.
And at the Montgomery
from Tuskegee. Let's be clear, from Tuskegee. Yeah.
Right. And so anyway, so the state is saying we're gonna charge you $25,000. Well, when they said that to Birmingham said, okay. The mayor of Birmingham said, well, yeah, charge us, but we taking this monument down, and y'all have to figure out how you're gonna get your money. And I'm sure Montgomery's gonna say the same thing. But at the same time, the University of Alabama is the #1 team in the country, full of black players. So we're gonna change. We're gonna challenge black players, black athletes across this country. First of all, if you're already in one of these states like Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi that has laws against removing Confederate money, we're gonna give them an opportunity to stand up and say something about it. But we're also gonna encourage black athletes across this country, don't come to these states that don't like you, that tell you they don't like you, unless you're going to go to an HBCU in that state.
Well, good luck with that, brother president. Good luck with that shit, because these Negroes,
I don't care nothing about the mountain.
They get groomed from the time that they are children to love white people and to believe that they're going to share some of their money with them if they be good, develop their bodies, and run into each other as hard as they can, fly as far as they can fly, or do whatever superhuman trick that entertains white people. See, man.
And it's unfounded because we all over. Walter Payton went to Jackson State. Michael Strahan, who's all over TV now, won Super Bowl, New York Giants and all that, went to Prairie View. And Prairie View is a little school.
Right.
You can't, somebody say, well, I was just passing by Prairie View, I decided to go back to God. No, you had to be intentional.
Right. You had to be intentional about going, because you ain't just passed through Prairie View, Texas.
Yeah, just like
you ain't done that.
Passing through Alcorn. You can't
Right.
in Lorman.
Right.
You were going to Lorman, Mississippi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No doubt about it.
So we gonna be, you know.
But deeper than that, Doc, I be trying to tell people, President, folks don't listen to me. You know, at the same mouth, people they do it at the same mouth. They'll say, I'm an Alabama fan, but support black businesses. Don't you understand?
Right.
Don't people understand that the University of Alabama is one of the largest black businesses in the state? I mean, it's one of the largest businesses, white businesses, in the state of Alabama.
Right.
While you got several other black businesses called Tuskegee University, Alabama State University, Alabama A&M, Miles College. I mean, several other black businesses. Because when you send your child to the white school, you send your money to the white school. And you ain't supporting black businesses when you fanning after these, and you know, man, Negroes from Alabama really just kill me loving Alabama. I mean, that shit just, I don't know what to do with it.
Well, every time I hear Black Burger say "Roll Tide," I just roll my eyes. Yes. I can't get that. And you know, we got University of Alabama, we got University of Georgia.
Negroes be, you know, and I don't care who don't like me. I don't give a damn about that. You know, if I cared about that, I would have been just got somewhere and been quiet. These Negroes with this Georgia shit, man, this shit is ridiculous. It's like y'all haven't done any study. You've not done no study, no reflection whatsoever on the history of what it is that you say you're a fan of. What was the sister's name and the brother's name? Hightower, Hamilton E. Holmes. What's the sister's name on the news?
Can't think of the name.
Did the news story, you know. Anyway, these black people had to go through hell to, quote, integrate, unquote, those schools. And hell, those schools still ain't integrated. The major black and brown population of those schools are on the damn football team and the basketball team.
Most of them, man. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
In the track team.
And the track team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
that's where you find your African Americans. You don't find them in the literature department.
Well, that's my job. My job is to call attention. That's my commitment.
I be ranting, man.
You know, I can't help that. You know, I told you I grew up around this stuff. You know, my mom's first cousin Jane Bevel said, "You know, we ought to march from Selma to Montgomery."
Mm.
And he said, "Yeah, we need these students to come out of school in Birmingham."
Mm.
And so, you know, this is another way to do that. We're gonna be working on that. I don't know how successful we're gonna be, but I'm gonna drop the bomb.
Well, go on, drop it, man, and I'm gonna support you. You know, because I have learned to don't be second guessing no shit you say. I learned that, so I don't do that no more. Okay, it's all right. It's okay. You say whatever you want to say. I'll roll it with you, man. We gonna make it happen, right? Because you pay attention to the tide and to the spirit, the consciousness of the people, and what I glean from you and watching you move and operate and think critically and express your thoughts is that you got a finger on the pulse of the people, and you're not only a boomer that's disconnected, but you got a sense of feeling. You're more of what would be termed a bridge person. Mm-hmm. You kind of bridge generations of people. You seamlessly engage with me. You seamlessly engage with younger folks, you know, and we make the connections around what our interests are. And what you're clear about, which is what I'm clear about, is our interests are the same across generations.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So ain't no sense in none of that foolishness. Let's just call a horse and make something happen and use the weight of our office, use the weight of our platforms, no matter where we may be. Because that's what I hope Black people learn from observing you in Atlanta. Use the weight of your platform. If you believe in what you're standing on, you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna lose everything because you stand up on a particular issue. Black folks gotta learn that Black folks be scared. I'm gonna lose everything. I ain't gonna be able to pay these Mercedes notes. I ain't gonna be able to pay this Mercedes note. You know, if I tell the truth, I have to sacrifice, you know, my life, my standard of living. Not necessarily. There's a way in which God still protects people who speak truth to power.
I bank on it.
Shit, you and me both. If it ain't, I'm up to a tragic ending. I'm trusting God.
I'm grateful. You know, I was being an NAACP president was never something I just aspired to. I aspired to do the work. I was always, you know, I'm a numbers guy, so they always put me there. Hey, make sure we good on the numbers, you know. And so it was presented to me. And I said, let me do that. And so it's been a good ride. We've been able to do some good things, which made it a good ride. You know, I look at it as I'm working for the people through the NAACP, and so I'm comfortable with it. Some of the things, I've always been insulted by Stone Mountain, these monuments. But you know, the realization that insult is the least of the issues. The fact is, these monuments encourage violence and discrimination and racism toward Black people.
Hell yeah.
And so that's why they got to go. Because government is saying white folks are superior.
Yeah.
That's what governed by these monuments. And so we got to change. And we got to change the message of government. We have to get government out of the white supremacy business.
Yeah, and you would think that wouldn't be so difficult. You would think that there would be equal weight placed on the dollar.
Right.
you would think that the government in that, and I tell people, I say this all the time because it's the truth. The government is the number one employer of black people in this country.
Absolutely.
You would think, and of course, black people's tax money is is a solid part of the U.S. budgetary thing. Black people vote generally as a bloc. The power is recognized. The current president, proclaimed it.
Right.
So yeah, why come government can't be unbiased? You know what I'm saying?
And the Biden administration is moving forward to rename all of these military facilities that are named for Confederates.
I thought they got blocked. I thought they was trying to, but
there's a lawsuit, but he's gonna get it done.
You gonna get it done?
He's gonna get it done.
And that would be good. That's a good
people,
thing.
Camp Lejeune and Fort Bragg, Fort Gordon, Fort Pickett, Fort Lee.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
Yeah. Yeah. All of those are Confederate officers.
All of those.
Yeah.
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 So we have to.
We say their name, and guess what? Just like when we say the name of our ancestors and we keep them alive.
That's right.
When we say their names of their ancestors, we keep them alive.
You
keep what they stood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time.
When you say Dr. King, what it means to us. When you say John Gordon, what it means to them.
Right. Right.
Yeah, because and they keep conflating history with monuments. No monument is history.
Right.
It's a political statement.
Right.
Period.
Right. Man, every time I get you, man, of course we can go to tomorrow or the next day with our conversations. But hopefully I'll see you next month if the Lord says
Absolutely.
the same thing.
Yeah.
And if next month, that'll be next year.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
Brand new year.
Yeah, hopefully we make it in. I look forward to seeing you on that side of the calendar. We have lived through some difficult times, and we've been rolling with me through this whole year. We ain't talked about the obvious, which is COVID-19,
right?
That we have trudged through up to this point.
And we continue, Atlanta NACP we're working with the CDC Foundation to just counter these crazy arguments against the vaccine. I mean, what are they saying? They're putting a tracking device in the vaccine. Come on now.
Hell, they ain't got to. You got a cell phone. They tracking you with the damn cell phone.
Right. How long you were there.
Right.
What route you took to get there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And people don't know. You don't even have to have your cell phone on for it to be tracked.
Right. Right. So if that's what you're worried about, but it's one thing to have it in your hand and a whole nother thing to have it in your body.
Yeah. Right.
But and I continue to say, at least I'm consistent about this. I would like for everyone who would like to have the vaccine to have it. Have as many damn boosters as you want, get as much as you want. But I fear when there are issues that are presented that can cause zealous and enthusiastic black people to be disrespectful, to be dismissive, and to be less than helpful to those who don't agree with their interpretation of the science. That's dangerous for us as a group, because white folks will use anything as a wedge issue for us.
Well, the danger is deeper than that. The danger is family. I mean, vaccine nothing new. Vaccine, we take the measles vaccine, we take the leprosy vaccine, we take the polio vaccine. There's nothing political about any of those things that protect us from some of the most severe diseases known to man. In the Bible, you look at the Bible, they talk about leper colonies.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Separated those people.
No doubt about it.
From the general
But see,
population.
what be messing people up though? This would be messing people up though, bro, President, is we see people get the vaccine and get the virus.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes that happens.
So you have numbers, man. The brain is a computer. Right? The brain is a computer. The brain says, that shit don't seem right. I'm just saying a basic calculation is, wait a minute, I'm going to do something that I don't necessarily want to do, and I'm going to get something that they said I wasn't going to get, even though I do something that I don't want to do.
You know,
see, that's confusing.
I used to do a lot of computer work, and I had my son working. And one day he came to me, he said, Dad, he said, I don't understand. He said, sometimes we do everything right by the book, and it doesn't work. And then we do something other that's not by the book, and then it works in terms of connectivity. But that's the way it is. Science is imperfect. It's a study, and you have to continue to collect the data to be better.
And in this world, even science is controlled by white supremacy.
Some of it.
In this, even in this world we live in.
Now, this is the difference. New technology is the frontier where some black people got to be able to do what they couldn't do without control. Case in point, Eldridge Washington. So he not controlled. He's a scientist. He's a IT scientist, but he not controlled. And and one of the best vaccine.
You play the music. We coming out.
The best vaccine, Moderna, that was created by a black woman. Here's a Corbett.
Yeah.
So it's not like, see, the thing about
she can come over to the house and see about me.
Yeah, the white supremacy is it has its place. Mostly it's connected with money and the politics of money.
I think that, though, however, that our conversation and the vastness of our conversation, just that we've had in this past hour, has indicated that it got a lot to do with a hell of a lot more than money. Well, it's got to do with one's psychological wellness. It's got to do with our physical wellness. It has to do with every aspect of people activity. There is no area where that poison hasn't permeated. And I think and my point was simply that a hermeneutic of suspicion should not be misconstrued among us as being exhibiting some lack of care, love, respect, or empathy for our own people. Some people just got a healthy hermeneutic of suspicion and ain't gonna be shaken from that.
Well,
ain't gonna be shaken from that.
I look at it, I compare it to America's fascination with guns. Clearly. You know, we need better control over guns because people just getting killed. I mean, a gun is an instrument of death, period.
Yeah,
period. But obviously we cannot be disarmed, but the escalation.
You can shut down every company that make them.
Yeah, exactly right.
You can do that.
You can do that.
You can shut down every damn company that make them.
Really, man.
All you gotta do is take away the government subsidies that makes them able to produce them.
And we can make them put a chip in every gun so we know where it is.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah.
So we got to do something better, but you know, that's it's about the politics of hate, the politics of rage, the politics of race.
I'm getting toward the end. Maybe I might live a couple of more decades, maybe. I'm not sure. I hope I do. I hope I get another couple of decades out of this game. But one of the things that I'm finding is that you got to follow yourself. You got to follow your own heart. And I can't let nobody else tell me what to think. I can't do that. At this age,
well, it ain't about.
Can't let nobody else tell me what to think.
It ain't so much about what you think. It's about that we have to live together. And sometimes there are rules that we have to have in order for us to live together.
Yeah.
Because if you living on an island in Alaska, in the South Pacific, or one of those, the Honolulu, the Hawaiian Islands, about 100-something islands, ain't but 5 of them inhabited.
Right.
So if you own one of those others that's uninhabited, that's a different thing. But if we got to live together, we have to have rules. Just like in the United States, we drive on the right side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
In England, they drive on the left side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
There are differences.
But you said we have to have rules. I think that we have to agree.
Yeah.
I'm more relational. Yeah. I believe that we have to come into agreement. The reason that I don't drive on the left side of the road is because I'm in agreement with the value of other human beings, and the misinformation associated with the vaccine is, and this is the number one piece of misinformation that everybody, all of these brilliant scientists, all of these brilliant philosophers, political scientists, accountants, nobody deals with this one core issue, which is the lie that is being promulgated that if you don't get the vaccine, then you have the virus. And nothing could be further, and nothing could be, no, that's the implication every time. When we say, you might not have heard it because it's not been explicitly said, but that is the idea, and you know good and damn well I ain't lying. That's the idea that is being promulgated. The idea is, because otherwise, if it wasn't the case, then why is it everybody trying to force people to get and trying to shame people into getting the vaccine? Because if you ain't got the virus, you ain't got the virus.
It's no different from the polio vaccine, the malaria vaccine, the measles vaccine, the leprosy vaccine, the rubella vaccine, the chickenpox vaccine, the smallpox vaccine.
And that is patently untrue, sir. It's patently untrue because they are not the same. This is something different. We know the laboratory that this came out of. We know it.
We know what?
We know where this came from, where this disease came from. And we know it was manufactured. We know this. This was not a naturally occurring thing. And you can't tell me when you already got the patent for the vaccine before the shit even come out.
I don't even know where
you don't believe that. You don't believe that, right?
I don't believe nothing about that.
Okay. It's public record. It's public record.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Brother Rose, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to do your own research, sir.
No, if you've done it, send it. Help me out.
I have done the research.
Email me. Let me see it.
And it's a fact.
I'll come back here and say, hey, man, I was wrong.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to give you the opportunity to do that.
I would do
that. You know what? I'm going to take time out of one of these 7 jobs I got just to get you that information.
I got 9 jobs.
I love when we end up disagreeing. That's a beautiful thing. Because we was agreeing too much today. We agreed too much today. Yeah, all right. You ought to. Hell, I'm trying to hold it together.
And you my junior, so you got to catch up with me.
You ain't got no damn 9 jobs here. Anyway, you too busy ruling the whole damn world. Anyway, you just got one job, world leader.
Listen, I'm gonna keep trying to lead. You know that as accountants try to get to the bottom line. I'm gonna count it by training, by profession.
Mm.
There are only 2 objectives to oppression. Now they end up multifaceted, but they but 2: degradation and deprivation.
Mm-hmm.
And so all these things come out of all the health things, the environment, and all that. But they but 2. So that's the bottom line. If you focus on the bottom line, you'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were talking about voting rights yesterday. This is simple where we are.
Turn the music up, Scott, because I got to run him out of here now.
The 13th Amendment to the Constitution, 15th Amendment to the Constitution says, the right to vote for a citizen of the United States shall not be abridged or denied on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. It doesn't say should not.
Right.
It says shall not. And so while we're
unless imprisoned.
Well, and then it says previous condition of servitude. So right. But you know, even people in prison, if they in prison for a misdemeanor,
they're still supposed to be able to vote.
They can vote. They can vote. So when we talk about
we be thinking if the police touch us, we can't vote. They got us thinking if the police ever grab you by the hand, you can't vote.
You can be in jail waiting on a trial for a felony conviction and vote. And vote. We had a big. We argued with the previous sheriff about that for over years. He said, "Hey, all these people in the house, they can vote. We can register them. They can be able to vote. No cooperation whatsoever."
I believe it, cause Negroes ain't right. Anyway, man, we gotta get out of here. This is the end of the show. This is the last show for the week. We'll be back next week. If the Lord say the same thing, I look forward to seeing y'all Sunday. We having church. Y'all Negroes can go to the football game, to the basketball game, to the grocery store, to these damn whack-ass Christmas parties. You can bring your ass to church. I'll be here preaching to you Sunday morning round about 11. So holler at me at the Beloved Community Church, 1113 Ira Street. Y'all some real hypocrites. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all some hypocrites. Y'all niggas be worrying the hell out of me with that bullshit. Anyway. Be all at the damn Christmas party. I've been seeing y'all on the Facebook, ain't got no mask on, nothing. And, we can't come to church. You know, the COVID is a lie, and the devil in you. The devil got you. Huh? Hell yeah, the devil got you. Come on to the Beloved Community so I can help you. All right. Also, this weekend, tomorrow, Friday, we have the unveiling of the great mural that has been done by Charmaine Minifield, internationally renowned muralist, is on the wall at our Little Zion Annex, as well as, what else we got going? Oh, I need bicycles. Trappy Claws need bicycles. You know I slang bicycles every year, so bring me some so I can give them to somebody who need them. Right now, I got a grand total of 0 bicycles, but in the next couple of weeks, I got to have at least 50. So bring me a bicycle. All I'm going to do is give it to one of these children in this community who needs a bicycle to ride, okay? Help Trappy Claws do the things that I do around here. All right. That means you, Mr. President. I need a damn bicycle. All right. And to the rest of y'all, I need bicycles too. Peace to the Archbishop and the Holy Family, to the Beloved Community I love so well, to my video engineer, Craig. To my crack research team, HC in the place to be. To my producer, C to the O to the Courtney Omega. And to the man in the box, the Grand Imperial Scratch Master Supreme, Big Not Little SCOTT. Stop playing around. To my guest today, and you, all I want you to do is love me, and I'm going to love you black. Peace to the people, power to the people, root to the bros, and Vernon Jones, thumbs down.
The mouths of the wise teach knowledge, but the lips of the fool talk with foolishness. Day by day, them plot my life, striving on the plight of the poor and the sufferers. Jah know them are backstabbers. Jah know them are bloodsuckers. I can't take them vampires, 'cause I'm a freedom fighter. I am a freedom fighter. Side. Fight, we have to fight, we have to fight. Fight, we have to fight with all we might. Fight, we have to fight, we have to fight. Fight, we keep out all them parasites. 'Cause I'm a freedom fighter. cheating. Them deceptive beasts, always scheming and deceiving, wheeling, dealing and misleading, stealing and concealing, playing with the people's feeling. Do they know the most guy watching them? Them better know I'm man watching them. Cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. Cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. Run the track. Blood of my people, the blood. They have been shedding the blood of my people for a long time, a very long time, such a long time. I see the blood of my people is the lifeline, the substance of the beast. They have been shedding the blood of my people. They are sucking the blood of my people. Oh, it's the nature of the beast. Nature of the beast. Shedding the blood of my people. Sucking the blood of my people. Shedding the blood of my people. Sucking the blood of my people. The blood of my people, the blood. The blood of my people, the blood. They devise all kinds of weapons, then using them to kill my people. Some are famous, dangerous and deadly weapons. ICBW, chemical and biological weapons, like AIDS and Ebola, weapons of genocide against my people. They're instigating strife and war among my people, setting up the climate for the blood to run. The blood have to run for the base to feast. Oh, it's the nature of the beast. Nature of the beast. Shedding the blood of my people. Sucking the blood of my people. Shedding the blood of my people. Sucking the blood of my people. The blood of my people, the blood. I cry. The blood of my people, the blood. Blood of my people, the blood. The blood of my people, the blood. They are shedding the blood of my people. They are sucking the blood of my people. They are shedding the blood of my people. They are sucking the blood of my people. No more shedding the blood of my people. No more sucking the blood of my people. No more shedding the blood of my people. No more sucking the blood of my people. No more, no more. Our blood will shed no more. No more, no more. Our blood will shed no more. The mouths of the wise teach knowledge, but the